beautiful Leos. How are you guys? This is Debs, and of course we're here for your reading for mid-July 2025. Now, Leo. In meditation, I saw someone on a tiny dinghy. They floated out from the coastline. It looked as if they were on holiday. And they thought, okay, well, you know, I'm sure that I can use these little paddles and get back to shore if I want to. I almost got that this was someone a bit nervous about being in deep water. They're a bit nervous. I don't want to get out of my depth, but I'm okay. I can see the shore. I've got my paddles. It's all right. They fell asleep in the dinghy. And when they woke up, the sun was going down and they thought, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm here in this dinghy. It's dark. I'm in deep water. I've only got these little 2 paddles. I don't quite know what to do here. And just as they were beginning to feel out of control with their emotions, there was the most enormous wave that came out of nowhere. And this person on this dinghy found themselves at the edge of this little cove. They hadn't seen this cove. They just hadn't noticed it because the sun was going down. It was getting dark. And they thought to themselves, oh my goodness, I could have drowned. It could have been a disaster. But in actual fact, I've got to dry land. It's all fine. And actually, they were looking around in the darkness. They thought to themselves, this is actually quite fun. I think I'm going to go and explore. So, Leo, we may have a sort of story, a complete story that unfolds for you in mid-July. It may be everything's cool, you're just enjoying yourself, but it's relatively slow, it's quite relaxed. And then you may find yourself possibly in August somewhere completely different, or following a different path, or in a different career, or rethinking the path that you've been walking down. It's all going to happen in mid-July, Leo, okay? But you're going to be fine. Ride the wave, don't panic, be prepared and stay grounded. Which is ironic because you may be feeling emotional with all this water. Okay, Leo? All right, guys. Should we find out what this is all about? The deck that I'm using is the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Do forgive my scratched up hands. Yeah. Don't worry, I haven't been in a fight with anybody. I've been fighting my roses and I had to wrestle a little tiny creature out of Sammy's paws the other day and he didn't like it. He got angry, but there we go. So, guys, Sammy is my little cat, in case you didn't know. So people, here we go, Leo. Okay, Archangel Michael's telling me you may, after this big wave, realize that the vehicle that you have been using is not substantial enough. This is the equivalent of this person finding themselves in this cove and then thinking, all right, I think I need to swap the dinghy for a really small boat if it's affordable. You may feel you need something a bit more substantial underneath you, Leo. Now, this could be anything, guys. It could be if this is you realizing that you've been offered a brand new job. What you're thinking about is, yeah, I can't get to and from work with a scooter. I've actually got to try and buy a car. It's time, right? It could be, guys, if you have a business and it's taking off in a new direction, what you're thinking about is, I need to create a really fantastic website. This old website is not going to do it for me. You know, you're moving forward with speed and you may look at your website thinking, yeah, it doesn't look as professional as I would like it to. You may be updating, you may be creating a new website, you may be putting the website into somebody else's hands. You're creating a more substantial foundation in line with where you're going to find yourself, Leo, in the month of August. And I know, guys, somebody out there saying, yeah, but Debs, it's mid-July. Well, yeah, but it's just a couple of weeks to August. And whatever this big shift is, you're going to feel Michael's saying the impact of this, and I'm hearing cheering. I'm hearing a crowd cheering. You're going to feel the positive impact of this in August. Okay. Wow, so much information coming through for you, Leo. I'm seeing the number 8, and that is a Leo number. It's also what goes around comes around. Leo, you may feel as if you've had your fair share of bad luck. You may feel as if you've had your fair share of lessons you had to learn. This is good karma, dharma coming your way, is what I'm feeling here. Okay, what's this card? This wants to be C2. Wow, Leo. So I may be connecting with a feminine Leo for this particular period of time. Sorry for my masculines. I'm feeling that intuitively, actually. With the Queen of Pentacles, Leo, what you're going to realize is something that you might have started is going to reap huge benefits for you, and it could be financial. Or Leo, if you're put in somebody's path, if you are introduced to someone, by August, you may be in a full-on relationship and you just didn't expect it. The Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. I don't know, guys. You could have been tinkering around with your house and then somebody knocks on your door and offers you a ridiculous amount of money for it because they love it. And this is you thinking, oh, God, okay, yes. And by, I don't know, by the middle of August, you may find yourself having sold your previous house in a brand new house, and it's gorgeous because somebody simply fell in love with your little property. They may have been happy to pay over the asking price. Okay, guys. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles. I'm hearing nuts and bolts and screws, and I can do this and I can do that and I can replace that. And yeah, maybe I could look at doing this. You may have winged it. I'm actually hearing winged it. You may have winged it, Leo. Created something that you were proud of, that was creative. You may, though, have, I'm hearing, got a little bit from this and a little bit from that, and maybe if I just tinker with that. You may have felt you were sort of on a wing and a prayer. But you may have managed up until this point of time. This is you, for instance, guys, thinking, well, yeah, you know, I brought the dinghy on holiday with me every single year, but it's been patched up. It's a little bit old, but it still works, so it's all right. Everything is set to change, Leo. You are updating, upgrading, because you're going to be catching this wave. And you're going to need to, and what's more, Leo, you're going to be able to afford to. There may be somebody wanting to collaborate with you, or you may be realizing, Leo, it's time to play. I'm hearing with the big boys. It's time to play with the big boys, Leo, right? It's time. Have you been playing small? Temperance, yeah, Leo. You have been coasting. You have been sitting in a lovely, relaxed place, but now I feel that wave is coming and the divine is going to push you. You may feel out of your comfort zone. There may be an initial panic moment. Oh my gosh, you know, what is happening? But Leo, this is needed because they may have felt that you could do a lot more, but you simply weren't doing it. Or you may somehow, Leo, have been hiding your light. Or you may have been thinking, Leo, yes, you know, I could move myself out of the situation, but I don't really want to embrace change. It's going to be complicated. It's going to be time consuming. It may not work out. I'm just going to sit here. Yeah, no, Leo. The divine is saying, come on, snap, snap, Leo. You can do better than this. You can do more than this, right? In the past, guys, Knight of Pentacles, I'm actually hearing someone say, yes, yeah, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. I'm just going to sit here and think about it. You may have had an idea in mind, or you may have been thinking you could move in a particular direction, but you didn't. Now, Leo, there could have been various reasons for that. It could be you didn't have the finances, you were waiting for money. It could be, Leo, you had a lot to cope with and you were thinking, all right, I've got to do this, got to do that. I can't think about this yet. Why do I feel, Leo, as if you have been delaying this? Maybe this is out of fear. Maybe. After that time, Leo, you tentatively moved in this direction, or you thought about this, or you did a little bit of research on this, Or you thought to yourself, well, I'm just going to see how I feel. Mulling this over. You moved into the energy of a student relating to whatever this is. I'm just going to think about this for a while, make some notes. I'm just going to dip my toe in the water, right? In your thoughts, Leo, is the Page of Cups. Yes. Have you been telling yourself a little bit of a fib? Have you been saying to yourself, well, I could do this, but I don't have that much time, when actually you do, you could make time? Or have you been telling yourself that you don't have the expertise to do this, but you know very well you could learn? You've sort of been telling yourself a fib. We have a fish in a cup, and you know that very well, Leo, because you're looking at that fish. You know you've been procrastinating. You know, Leo, that you haven't been totally honest with yourself. In the immediate future, guys, 3 of Wands. This is the big wave, Leo, that's coming in to shift you forward in a new direction. It's very exciting. It could be a bit scary, right? This is you with this boat in your hands, and what you're looking at is the future, and what you're thinking about is, okay, I may need to ditch the dinghy. I may need to get myself into a really stable vehicle, which is going to take me forward further than this wave has carried me. If I'm going to continue and embrace this wonderful wave, I've got to get serious. I've got to get really serious here. Okay. In your fears, Leo, the Death card. Yes, fearing major change and transformation. Are you fearing, Leo, that this is going to change you as a person? Are you fearing, Leo, that parts of you are going to be exposed? We've got an open rib cage here where the heart is. Are you fearing, Leo, this is going to move you completely out of your comfort zone, which may initially feel a bit unsettling? Maybe you've been very happy, Leo, hiding yourself away under this umbrella in this little garden, very relaxed, very peaceful, but the divine is wanting you to embrace something bigger, Leo. I think you have been avoiding making that decision. In the environment, the Hermit. I think, Leo, this is someone who wants you to see the bigger picture. This is also someone who's been doing a lot of thinking about you. They feel, Leo, that you should get off this pedestal, get emotional about this, dive into that water, because otherwise you're going to miss that ship coming in. This is someone who is going to give you good advice. This is someone who is going to be by your side when you transition into whatever this is, when you embrace this wonderful wave. In your hopes, Leo, 2 of Pentacles, hoping you can manage this, hoping it's not going to be too much for you. I mean, this is someone stood on top of a building on one leg, and they're looking up at the sky, and they're trying to move these 2 balls around each other. It's as if you're thinking, I don't know if this is impossible. I don't know whether or not this is going to continue. I don't really know if I'm going to fall off this building. Is it going to work out? Am I going to be disappointed? Leo, I can already feel the panic rising in you, but you've got absolutely nothing to panic about because this is divinely guided. You are supposed to be catching this wave, Leo. But the divine wants you to be prepared, because when this kicks off, when this takes off, you're going to need a stronger foundation underneath you, right? Yeah. So guys, in the outcome, wow, Leo, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles. This, Leo, could be a business idea that's going to take off. It's going to take off super fast. It's going to shock you. And you're going to be scrambling to keep your feet on terra firma. You may be deciding, okay, all right, this could have been a part-time project for you. What you may be realizing is this could be your new career. For some of you, Leo, if this is you already in an entrepreneurial situation, this could have been you struggling with your old business for years on end, and then you have this bright idea and suddenly it takes off and you're shell-shocked and you're thinking, okay, well, maybe I should just concentrate on this bright idea and put the rest of the business on the back burner, because this is obviously what people want. This could be you selling the same old thing, Leo, for the last 10 years, and this is you introducing something brand new and people love it. And it was totally unexpected. You may have just thought, well, I'll try this. Or you may have just thought, well, let's just do something a little bit different. But the overwhelming response makes you realize, Leo, wow, all right, I've got to look at changing everything now. I've got to redo my shop front, right? I've got to create a lovely new name for my pop-up shop. I've got to create a much more interesting website based around this one thing. Yes, Leo. Clarification for you. 5 of Pentacles. I'm actually hearing, I don't know how long I can stay in this dinghy for. I'm getting into deep water. It's getting dark. Yeah, no, Leo. The days of you struggling financially or the days of you feeling left out in the cold are over. Oh my word. And we have the world. The days of struggling or the days of you stressing out, right, feeling a bit out of your depth, Leo, are over. This is you moving forward with your head held high. You're catching the wave, Leo. And yes, there's going to be a split second where you're going to be feeling totally out of your depth. But even though this is going to be a really steep learning curve, and you're going to have to scrabble to get yourself grounded and to really think about the next steps going forward, it's what the divine wanted you to embrace, and it's what the divine wanted you to experience. Whoever is watching this, whoever is giving you guidance, the High Priestess, they may be a little surprised because, Leo, they may have felt you've kept this under wraps. They may have felt that you will carry on doing the same thing or on the same path for the next 10, 20 years. They're a little surprised, Leo, at how things are moving forward with you. But what you're relaying to this person is you're as surprised as they are. You know? This could be somebody who could be a good friend of yours or a family member or somebody who works in the same business as you saying to you, Leo, I just didn't expect you to do that. And you may be looking in surprise at this person saying to them, well, I didn't know that this was going to be happening either. I didn't know this product was going to be taking off, or I didn't know this wave was going to be happening for me. I had no idea. I'm as surprised as you are, says Leo to this person. Yes, they're going to be marveling at your creativity. What they're saying to you, Leo, is this is going to be wonderful for you because it's very different than what you have been doing or what you have been offering, maybe, as a product previously. Very different. Wonderfully different. Under the deck, guys, I can't wait to get into the rest of this reading for you. 4 of Swords. Yes, Leo, I'm sorry, guys. I'm actually hearing the word complacent. This is you thinking, well, life is pretty good. I mean, I could do more. I could make some changes, but I don't really want to. I'm quite happy just sitting here mulling over life. You know, the business is ticking on. It's all right. You could be earning a bit more money, but it's enough. I mean, yeah, Leo, this is you daydreaming, but you have a very strong connection to source here with all these white feathers. They want you to get up, look at this potential. They want you to brace yourself, Leo, because this wave is about to hit. Look at what we've got. The 8 of Wands, this wave is coming, Leo. It's going to shift you forward. It's going to be a shock. You're going to have to hang on tight. You're going to have to pray to the divine that it's all going to work out, but it is. But they want to make sure, Leo, that you catch this wave before it disappears back under the ocean again. They don't want you to miss this opportunity, okay? Very important, because the next card is the King of Pentacles. This is the female King of Pentacles. Leo, you may find yourself quite well known after this wave, or you may find yourself sitting in a much stronger financial situation. But look at you. You're looking beautiful. You're also a lot more confident. And what is beautiful, Leo, is you're sitting in a very peaceful place. It's as if, I know that I made the most of this. I know that I deserve this. You're also not panicking about the future, which means, Leo, this is either going to be something that you feel is going to be ongoing and you're confident about that. I know that I'm never going to slip down to sitting in that dinghy, right? You know it. Or Leo, this is you feeling that with maybe the money that you could make from this, it's going to shore you up for the future. So even if this is relatively momentary, even Leo, if this wonderful wave carries you forward maybe just for another year, what you're going to gain from this, and it could be financial, is going to set you up for life. And I don't know why I put these there. Wow. Is this going to happen sooner than you think? I mean, this is the next 3 months. Okay, guys, that happened for a reason. Okie dokie, I'm moving the camera over, guys. It's just a lot quicker than moving all the cards. All right, Leo, let's get into this. So, Archangel Michael, why do we have the 3 of Pentacles and Temperance? This could be collaboration. This could be you, though, feeling as if I'm seeing a bird. You've winged it. I've winged it so far without putting in a huge amount of effort. Okay. Yeah. 2 of Swords. Leo, you've sort of been sitting in denial. A little bird's told you that you could do more, and you're sitting mulling it over. Yes, I know I could do more. I could do more. Not sure as if I really want to. Not sure I really want to. Right? 2 of Wands. But Leo, you may occasionally have looked up at the moon and dreamed of success or dreamed of a stronger financial situation, right? You're holding the world in your hands, Leo. You've known up until this point that the potential was there, but you haven't put one foot in front of the other. Why do I feel this massive wave coming in, Leo, is the divine jolting you out of a little bit of complacency. And again, Leo, no judgment. You may have been through a roller coaster in the past few months. It could have been in a completely different area of life. And this is you thinking, God, well, I've just had to cope with this. I'm not ready for this wave, right? Yeah, well, it's coming. Well, it's coming, Leo. Get grounded. Get grounded. 8 of Swords. Yeah, Leo, you have been afraid to fly, Leo. This is you with wings in this cage. The top is open. You could just fly, Leo, but you've been afraid of doing that. I feel the divine knows it. And so what they're deciding to do is shock you into action. Yeah, guys, this wave is divinely guided. You're not going to see it coming. The Chariot, yeah. Leo, you have been moving at snail's pace. Very slow, very steady, one foot in front of the other. Life is good. It's not terribly exciting. I'm not earning a huge amount of money, but it's okay. This is the wrong vehicle for you, Leo, for the future. You know it. It's the wrong vehicle for you. It's too slow. It's a bit patched up. It's a little bit too old. They want you to update, upgrade, get confidence, step into the limelight, Leo. You could do far more than you have done. up until this point of time. Maybe, Leo, though, you've just relaxed into it, you know. This is you, this symbolic lion or lioness lying in the sun thinking, well, you know, I could go and catch dinner, but I'm sure that something's going to wander in my path and I can just stick out a paw and swipe it. No, Leo, they want you to get excited about this. They want you to feel inspired. They want you to go for it. So guys, let's have a look at the past. Knight of Pentacles. You were thinking about this idea. You were thinking about something that could grow and expand, okay? This little horse here is made out of leaves. You could have potentially have taken this forward in the past, but you didn't. But you didn't. Why didn't you take this forward in the past? What was the delay? Okay, you were just burdened with other things, Leo. You just had a lot on your plate. You were coping with a great deal. But you knew that you could do this. Yes, Page of Wands, you knew that you could do this. The inspiration was just below the surface. You may have looked at this and then sort of backed off. Oh, well, if I do this, it's going to be a massive change for me. I don't think I really want to step into this. So you put it on the back burner. After that time, Leo, Page of Pentacles, you may have done a little bit of research on this again. It could have been a few months later. But I don't think, again, Leo, there was much action. There wasn't a lot of action, Leo. Yes, maybe you were looking at past mistakes to do with your finances. Okay, so maybe once again, it just wasn't the right time. So in the past, Leo, you were inspired, but you had too much on your plate. After that time, you could have looked at this again, but you couldn't afford to. Now, this could be you, Leo, thinking, well, if I'm going to embrace this new venture or new project or delve into marketing this new product, it's going to take a bit of money. And maybe you just felt it wasn't the right time. Yeah, it just wasn't the right time, Leo. 5 of Wands, okay. You could have picked it up relatively recently and run with it, but I think you were busy realigning things in your life, getting yourself organized, Leo. You had other things on your mind. You had other things you wanted to take care of. So in your thoughts now, guys, what you're thinking about is, yep, okay, I've got no more excuses. There are no more excuses, Leo. You're out of a situation that might have been heavy for you that you were dealing with in the past, right? 10 of Wands. You may well have stabilized your finances to the point where you're not stressing anymore, Leo, at least for the foreseeable future, and you have realigned things. There are no excuses going forward, Leo. This is you looking at that fish thinking, yeah, okay, I could do this now, but you haven't. You've been sitting there thinking, well, things are nice and calm, so I'm just going to sit here in this little snail and slowly move forward. No, Leo, be prepared. What else are you thinking about? Yeah, you have been holding back. You have been holding back. This is your card, Leo. Maybe what you've been thinking about is, well, if I do this, it's going to be taxing physically. I don't know, it could take a lot of energy, whatever this thing is. What else have you been telling yourself? Interesting, Page of Swords. And I love this Page of Swords because you could read so much into this. You've done a lot of research on this, Leo, with all these books. We have plants that have started to grow up here, and there's a dandelion. This was once a flower. It's now lost its leaves and it's shedding its seeds everywhere. Leo, what you're realizing is you have graduated up to a point of time. You've got a graduation cap on. You've done your research, you're ready, but this is you in danger of this wonderful idea that you're inspired to delve into being picked up by somebody else, or You just letting it wash away without taking action. That will be the difficult message of truth that you find yourself telling you. You know it's time, Leo. You graduated, right? You read up on this. This is you realizing that unless you start this, move forward, take control of this, begin this, it's just going to drift away. It's just going to disintegrate, Leo. It may be time sensitive. This, for instance, could be a product that you know people would love, but they may not love so much in 5-10 years' time. Maybe this is a momentary product. This is really modern. This is really of the moment. I've got to get this out quite soon, but you've been dragging your feet. This could be a service. This could be you as an entrepreneur shifting your business in a slightly different direction. It's the right time. You don't have anything to stop you now from doing this, but you have just been coasting. Maybe because the last few months or the last few years have drained you and you've been regaining your energy. But Leo, the divine doesn't want you to waste time. The divine wants you to get into this. And because you haven't, because you're still moving at snail's pace, they're pushing you. This is the push. This is the wave. So here we go, guys. 3 of Wands in the immediate future. You're looking out across the ocean thinking, blimey, okay, I think I've got to change the dinghy. Whew, I can see this wave coming in the distance. Whoever is with you here, sitting in the energy of the Hermit, is realizing that you feel a little bit on your own. You feel marooned. This could be somebody in a different area. But they're also rather surprised, Leo, that this is what you're doing. What you're going to relate to this person is you didn't expect this to sort of take off, or you didn't expect this opportunity to land itself in your lap yourself. You're as surprised as they are. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the... Okay, imminent, guys. Michael's stopping me, imminent. Yeah, okay. He's actually telling me the 28th of July, which is in a couple of weeks. Wow, Leo. This wave is coming at the end of July. Okay? This big opportunity. If this is a product, Leo, you're going to realize this is the ideal time. You could see something on social media. You could hear gossip about this. You're thinking, oh my God, I've got to catch the wave now, right? This is the right time to market this. Or it could be, Leo, that this is someone reaching out to you to say, I could collaborate with you. And what you're realizing is, yeah, absolutely, we could do this together, but it's a bit scary because, Leo, you've got to delve into it. You've got to delve into it. What is this person realizing, this Hermit energy? Yeah, Leo, that you are walking a new path. You graduated, okay? This is you deciding to venture into this forest without really knowing if it's going to be worth your while. They may be slightly nervous for you. Wow, you're really leaving behind what you've done before. Okay. Okay, they're saying. Yes, yes, yes. All right. They may say to you, Leo, it's about time. This is going to bring balance to your life. This is justice for all the hard work, all the heaviness, all the stress you had to deal with in the past. Good for you. They may understand that you're looking at legalities, or you are redoing a website, something like that. You could be looking at copyright. What are they thinking about that they aren't saying to Leo? What are they thinking about? Okay, that this is a little bit of a risk. It is a bit risky. If this is you, Leo, and I'm just saying this symbolically, guys, it could be anything, but if this is you, for instance, changing products that you sell on a website or in a pop-up shop or on the high street, right? This is somebody saying, yeah, but Leo, you know, you sold that product for the last 10 years. You're going to have to market this to a completely different clientele. What if it doesn't work? You know, what if it doesn't take off? And what you're thinking about is, I know this product is of the moment. I know it's modern. I know it's new. I know it's quite exciting. I know that people would love it. And what you're saying to them is, yes, there are no guarantees, but unless I ride the wave now, I'm just going to carry on doing what I've done before. And eventually people are going to get bored with what I've been selling. It's been 10 years, right? But this person still thinks it's risky. Now, we could be dealing with somebody here, Leo, who is very traditional in their thinking. We could be dealing with somebody here, Leo, who doesn't like change. This is somebody who may feel, oh, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, Leo. Are you sure? Why do you carry on doing what you did before? It's nice and safe. And this is you thinking, no. Okay, there's a big wave. It's a bit scary. I don't know where I'm going to find myself, but I know I have to shift myself forward. It's a way of moving forward, and I have to embrace it. I have to embrace it. What else are they not saying to Leo? I feel this is someone keeping a lot to themselves. Okay, fascinating. Leo, don't take this the wrong way, but this is somebody who may actually quietly be a little bit envious, a bit jealous, right? This could be a friend of yours who's always wanted to run a business, but they didn't have the guts to do it. Or this is someone, Leo, who's always played safe. And what they're realizing is they might have missed a lot of opportunities because they have played safe. So if this is someone, Leo, who's saying to you, oh, this is a bit risky, Leo, are you sure you're doing the right thing? Oh, wow, you didn't mention this before. This is very new. What they're not saying is, oh, I wish I'd done this. I wish I'd taken those opportunities when they presented themselves. I wish I'd expanded my creativity. I didn't. I could have done, I didn't. So Leo, if this is somebody who is being a little bit negative, don't take too much of this to heart. Okay, let a lot of these worries and fears this person is projecting on you go over your head, because your ship is coming in. And what's more, Leo, even though it's going to be unsettling, you can feel it, you know it. What are you saying to this person? Queen of Swords. Leo, you're coming through in a very logical energy. What you're saying to this person is, yes, I'm lifting off in a new direction. It was a bit of a shock. I didn't expect this to take off. I didn't expect this to be so successful, or I didn't expect someone to push me in this direction. But looking to the future, right? This is you looking to the future. What you're saying to this person is, it was actually necessary. I'm realizing now this was necessary. Not just good for me, not just enabling me to earn a little bit of extra money. No, this is actually really important. You may even say to this person, if I didn't catch the wave at this point, it may well be that a business would have gone under, or it would have been that nobody wanted this old product anymore, and then I would have been stuck. This could be you trying to balance two businesses, or this could be you feeding in the new while still selling the old. Right? Let's just straddle two worlds, see if I can do that for a while. You're not doing anything too risky, Leo, but this is someone who gets very nervous about change. What you're saying to this person in basic terms is, Leo, you know what you're doing. You're a bit nervous yourself, but you kind of know what you're doing. What else are you saying? Yeah, the fear is there. The fear is there. This may put you on the map in some way, Leo. This could put you in the spotlight, all eyes on you. Whereas before you were hidden in this garden under this umbrella, right? You were playing it safe. What else are you saying to this person? But 9 of Pentacles. This could be the making of you. This could be the making of you, Leo. Fearing the fear, feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Feeling the fear and doing it anyway. What is the energy between you? Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. This is someone who's realizing that you know what you're doing. Your head is screwed on. Okay, you've thought about this a great deal and you have manifested this. This is your creation, Leo. You should be very proud of yourself, guys. And this could be very lucrative. 9 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Pentacles, Leo. This could be something that you look back on thinking, God, you know, thank goodness I caught the wave when I did. Thank goodness I didn't let the fear take over. I'm so glad I did this. So let's have a look at the 10 of Pentacles. Leo, let's have a look at the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, my word, 9 of Cups. Leo, this is going to be a wish come true. What I want to say is remain in a humble energy. Not because you shouldn't be proud of yourself. You should be very proud of yourself. But Leo, you don't know how long this is going to last. Now, I think given the energies coming through, this is going to be ongoing. But you're going to have to put in the time, the effort, the energy. You're going to have to keep creative. You're going to have to keep up with what's going on around you to make sure this remains successful. Make sure that if you do end up sitting in the 10 of Pentacles, Leo, you're not overindulgent. Save, not spend. Because even though this is going to be wonderful for you, this could be a lot of money coming in over the next few months. It may not last. What are you going to do if there's another drought, right? So make sure you're savvy going forward. Make sure that you think very carefully about your future, your stability going forward. Judgment, yeah. The divine is saying, okay, Leo, we've put you in this wonderful position. We've allowed this to happen. You're highly successful. At this point, you may be a little in shock at how successful this is. But the divine is saying, judgment, Leo. Make the right judgment call with this 10 of Pentacles. Make the right judgment call with this 10 of Pentacles, Leo. Gosh, guys. You're sitting in the feminine King of Pentacles here at the end of the reading. Okay, I'm immediately hearing financier, bank manager, investment manager, King of Pentacles. Leo, if this is quite a lot of money, what they're suggesting is that you put a large amount of this in a long-term savings scheme rather than thinking, well, hey, okay, let's go on a shopping spree. Let's move into a beautiful new house. Let's get a brand new car, because this is a lot of money, Leo. I mean, it might be very surprising. No, Leo, what they're saying is seek financial advice. Tuck that money away if you don't need to spend it on anything essential, because then you've got something to lean back on. You've got a safety net under you for when things might be difficult later on. You don't know, right? There are no guarantees. Make sure that you save as much as you can. Make sure that you save as much as you can, guys. The star. Wow. Leo is going to move you into the energy of gratitude. You're going to be also looking back, realizing that this might have been part of your healing journey to get to this wonderful place in your life. The star is also maybe you, Leo, becoming more well known. Maybe your business is going to take off. Maybe it's going to go global. What you're also realizing is, Leo, this was all meant to happen in the way that it is. This is a push from the universe. This is something landing in your lap. This is you getting the wake-up call. Okay, have to do this. Yes. What you're also going to be understanding, Leo, is you've had the key the whole time, but you weren't ready to unlock the door to step into this new cycle up until now. You had too much on your plate in the past. Then you were really worried about your finances. You may have had to move things around. Then you reached a point where you were simply procrastinating. The divine is telling you you're ready for this wave now, Leo. Ride the wave. Don't be fearful. Look to the future. This is going to place you somewhere wonderful. And when you get there, Leo, congratulations. We're going to be there to help you, to support you, to guide you. But just make sure you're not overindulgent when the goodies come in, when everything starts really kicking off for you. Remain humble. Think about your long-term financial stability and keep inching forward. Don't just sit there in the Nine of Cups thinking, wow, this is great. Always look at expanding, always look at amending, always look at learning new things. That's going to keep the energy fresh around you, Leo, and it could be that is going to be the key to your success moving forward. What else is the divine saying? Ace of Cups, keep your heart open, keep your sense of compassion, okay? Your love of life, your gratitude for where you are, and it's all going to work out. And let's have a final card, please, Archangel Michael, for Leo. Final card, the Hierophant. Never stop learning. Never stop sitting in gratitude for your success. And also, Leo, be grateful for the lessons up until this point of time. You had to learn a series of lessons in order for the divine to feel you were ready to embrace this brand new cycle. But enjoy this journey, ride that wave, Leo, stay humble, stay grounded, and I feel this is going to be very, very successful moving forward. This is the vehicle that's going to take you into your future, Leo. Fantastic. Congratulations, guys. So, I'm leaving the reading there, Leo. I really hope that it's helped you. Take care of you guys. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way and many blessings. Bye now.